As the previous video said, this section is about generics. We've actually used generic classes in the course to date. Two examples are the array list and the linked list. What we haven't done is look at how generics work. Java supports generic types, such as classes, records and interfaces. It also supports generic methods. Sound confusing? It's easier to talk about a generic class by looking at one in a bit of code. On this slide, I'm showing you a regular class declaration next to a generic class. The thing to notice with the generic class is that the class declaration has angle brackets with a T in them directly after the class name. T is the placeholder for a type that will be specified later. This is called a type identifier, and it can be any letter or word, but T, which is short for type, is most commonly used. I'll have more to say on this later. For the regular class on this slide, I've declared a field with a type of string. For the generic class, the field's type is that placeholder, just T, and this means it can be any type at all. The T in the angle brackets means it's the same type as the T, specified as the type of the field. On this slide, I have a variable declaration of the generic ArrayList class. In the declaration of a reference type that uses generics, the type parameter is declared in angle brackets. The reference type is ArrayList, the type parameter, or parameterized type, is string, which is declared in angle brackets, and list of string is the variable name. Many of Java's libraries are written using generic classes and interfaces, so we'll be using them a lot moving forward. It's still a good idea to learn to write your own generic class though, to help you understand the concept. Next, I want to walk through a non-generic class example, and then turn that class into a generic example. I've created a new project called Generics in my dev.lpa package. Before I put any code in there, I'm going to create a baseball player record in the main.java source file. That record will only have two fields, name and position, which is the player's usual position. And now I'm going to create a new class in this package and call it baseball team. Next, I'll add the fields on baseball team, practicing good encapsulation techniques, making them all private. String team name, list of baseball player called team members, and initialize it. Int total wins equals 0, int total losses equals 0, and int total ties also equals 0. Okay, so nothing very exciting here. One thing to notice is that I'm actually using a generic interface, the list, as well as a generic class, the array list. I've used list as the reference type for team members. Hopefully you'll remember that it's best practice to use the interface type for the reference variable. In other words, use list and not array list on the left side of the assignment operator. I'm making the type parameter baseball player our list type. I'll add a constructor after these fields and pick just team name. Now I want to start adding a few methods. Public void add team member with a parameter of type baseball player called player. If team members does not contain player, add the player. Since baseball player is a record and records come with an implicit equals method, this method can test the equality of all the records attributes. The contains method will check if one player is equal to another player's same fields, and if it is, the player won't get added. It's case sensitive, and I'll leave it this way for simplicity. Next, I'll add the method list team members, and that one's easy enough. Teams often call their current members list a roster, so I'll print that in the label along with the team's name. Public void list team members. Here, I'm just using ArrayList's built-in functionality, so I can pass that list directly to the println statement. Moving on, I also actually want to rank teams. I'll write a method to do that. Public int ranking. Return total losses times 2 in parentheses plus total ties plus 1. The best team should have the highest rank. This means the team with the most wins is ranked number 1. I'll make losses count more, multiplying them by 2, then add ties, then add 1 to that, so that the highest rank is never higher than 1. This method isn't the final ranking of a team in a league or group of teams, it's just used to determine how well one team is doing compared to another. You'd probably use a list to store the teams and then sort them, but we're just keeping it simple for now. Next, I want a setScore method that returns a string, whether this team lost or beat the other team, and it takes 2 arguments, our score and their score. String message equals lost to. Is our score greater than their score? If so, increment total wins and set the message to beat. Return message. This just checks if our score is greater than the other team's score, and if it is, it increments total wins and returns the message beat from this method. We have two other conditions we need to check for, a loss and a tie. I'll add an else if statement here and check if our score is equal to their score. If that's true, increment total ties and set message to tied. Now an else to handle a loss. This happens when our score is less than their score, so I'll increment total losses in this case. Overall, this code just figures out which variable to increase, total wins, total ties, or total losses. Moving on, I want to override the toString method for baseball team. I'll replace the generated code with this. All I'm doing here is printing out the team name with its rank. Going to the main method on main, I'll create two baseball teams. Baseball team Phillies equals new baseball team, and I'll pass Philadelphia Phillies to the constructor. Baseball team Astros equals new baseball team, and this time I'll pass Houston Astros. To score the result, I'll create a method in the main class. Public static void score result, and the parameters are baseball team team1, then int t1 score. The third parameter is baseball team team2, and lastly int t2 score. String message equals team1.setScore, passing t1 score and t2 score as arguments. Team2.setScore passing t2 score and t1 score as arguments. I'll print a formatted message. I want to call setScore on the first team and get the message from that. Then we set the score on the second team, but ignore that message because we're referring to the first team's message in our final output. This prints out Team 1 and how they scored against Team 2. With that done, let me add some code to score a result in the main method. Score result passing Phillies, and 3 then Astros and 5. Time to test this code now by running it. You can see that the Philadelphia Phillies are ranked 3, and they lost to the Houston Astros, who are ranked 1. This is correct because our ranking method gave 2 points for a loss plus 1, so 3. And for the winner, they got 0 points for a win plus 1, so 1. Okay, that's good. The scoring works. Now I want to add a couple of players to my Phillies team. Var Harper equals new baseball player, passing B Harper and right fielder. Var Marsh equals new baseball player, passing B Marsh and right fielder. Phillies.add team member for Harper. And same thing, Phillies.add team member this time with Marsh. And list the team members with a call to Phillies.list team members. I've added a couple of Philly team members, and both are right fielders. I'm using var as the type, which infers the type as baseball player, just to make it easier to see this code on the screen. Our record could have had more fields like batting average or years on team, but I'm keeping it simple. If I run this code now, you can see we get the Phillies roster printed with our 2 players. Okay, so we have a baseball team application, and let's imagine it's sold really well. So well, in fact, that a football team is interested in using it. What do? The application as it stands is designed for baseball. In the next video, I'll talk about our options. I'll see you in that next video.